Hi everybody, my name is Shannon. Welcome to my channel, Another Yarn. Thank you so much for joining me today. I greatly appreciate it. It is Monday, and in the United States, it is Labor Day. Don't know where you're coming from, but for us, depending on where you work, it is a holiday and you may or may not have the day off. I do. Yes! Oh my goodness. Nothing like having an extra day that I can hang out with my husband and do whatever. And you know what? We're going to have the kids over. I'm not sure which ones. They're all invited, which means all the kids and all the grandkids are invited. We'll see who shows. You know how that goes. It's an open door policy. Come on over. We'll make food. I don't know what I'm going to make, but we'll make something. It'll be good. So it'll be a great day. It really will. Looking forward to that. And, anything but clean my room. Oh my gosh, anything but clean my room. It's okay. It's fine. So Mondays, if you're new here, this is a yarn channel. Yeah, I know I was just talking about cooking, what have you, but it's a yarn channel. I love yarn. Can we tell? I like knitting and crocheting and creating and making things and dreaming about things and, yarn related. Yeah, exactly. That is my thing. So on Mondays, what I like to do is to gather around me and create this avalanche-like effect right off screen from where you just can't see it. And they're all toppled and everything else like that. And then I try to gingerly pull them out and show you what I've done for the week. And it's been a good week. It has. I have been spurred on to do certain things. There are some things that I'm going to just throw that out there that are completely lacking. And I failed. I will get to it, but I have failed. It's okay. Sometimes we just fail. It's fine. It's crafting. That's fine. Just pick it back up and do it again. No big deal. So, shall we go with the failures and then the successes? Why not? I mean, we can. So, the first failure that I will bring up, I know, is that kind of funny? It's like, hey, this is what I did. This is what I accomplished all week. Let me show you my failures first. Yeah, it sounds counterintuitive, but whatever, it's fine. So this is the Cat's Meow blanket, and I am showing this in all of its glory. It is not done. I should have had it done, but it's not. It's headless. So it is absolutely gorgeous. I will finish this, and this will be donated to the Camp Boggy Creek, and a lucky child, or not so lucky, depending on what they like and don't like, will get to take this home with them. And it is spectacular. I just need to sit down with it for a few days and knock out the rows, because I think this was only like 3-4 days of nothing else. I'm not gonna lie, nothing else got accomplished, but I did it. So I know I can finish it, right? I've got a lot of ends to deal with. There are, each one of these sections is its own ball of yarn. So it's a lot of balls of yarn that are attached that cause their own messes. And it's just it's not a car project. It's not a take with you project. It's a let me make a tangled mess, but it's okay. I'm loving the results. That super bright yarn is Neon Lights from Hirschner's. This is obviously not the same color, but that's what it is. And I will be using 2 of these, which is pretty spectacular. This is a worsted weight yarn, 100% acrylic, 8 ounces, 489 yards. And the black I'm using is Joanne Big Twist, which is 380 yards, I believe, in their skein of yarn. I can't remember the exact weight with it. I'm surprised I can't, but that's what that is. So that is failure number 1. Now, the next failure is because I didn't want to listen to my inner self that said, hey, this is wrong. And, that little whispery thing when you would notice something in a project and you're like, I can live with that. It's okay. It's not that bad. It'll work out. And that little voice is like, hey, hello. And you just continue and turn the music up. Yeah, and you just keep working, and you have to get at least 2 or 3 inches past where that little voice is going, hello, hey, and then it really gets you. Yeah, that's where I was at. So that is my angel sweater. I call it that because of the motif of the angels going up the sleeves. See that? Oh my gosh, it is beautiful, and it's worth being done right. And there's nothing wrong with it. If it was for, a larger adult, it's a crop sweater and they like crop sweaters, that's perfect. I mean, you look at that length of the arms to the body, perfect. But the sweater's going to my sister, who's 4'10". And the sleeves were made originally for me. I'm 5'8". So they're 19 inches long. A woman who is 4'10" does not need 19-inch sleeves. So I was ignoring that and just kept going, right? Because I've given her a couple of sweaters that I made for myself that fit me and gave them to her, and she wears them as dresses because that's just, yeah, we're big difference in height and everything. But the arms obviously are super long, and the rest of it being a dress, that's what she wanted, was a sweater dress. Perfect. But this, I want it to be a little more form-fitting. I had my daughter-in-law try it on. She's 4'11", and she's like, yeah, you really do need to add that extra inch, maybe 1.5 inches. I'm going to be pulling out the sleeves, or since it's the raglan and I'm right here, and once I get down to where, because it's essentially arm tube, body tube, right? So when I get down to that where they're no longer connected, I can go ahead and pull back probably a full angel worth. I mean, it's sad, right? But I'm probably going to have to pull that much out to make the sleeves an appropriate length. I mean, she doesn't mind having extra long sleeves, but that's a lot of extra long. So that is my fail on that one. I should have listened. As soon as I attached it, you know, I got all excited because it was in hibernation for a year. And I got all excited and all spun up. It's like, oh, I'm going to work on it again, and I'm going to get far, and it's going to be great. It's going to be wonderful. And I just grabbed it because I knew when I put it away, the sleeves were done. Remember, I was originally making this for myself, and then my sister claimed it because that's what sisters do. So the sleeves were done for me already. And I didn't take that into account when I picked it back up. I'm like, okay, the body, that's shorter body for her. I don't need to make a full sweater. Got it. Too short. And yeah, and the sleeves were, you know, and I tried to ignore it, and I tried to move on, and I just can't. So that is my fail number 2, but it's okay. I will just continue. And I love the comments down below. I really do. One of them was, oh, that's great. You're going to get, you know, you're getting your money's worth with that yarn because I get to knit it twice, right? So I'm really getting a lot of extra love and time with that. Makes it more economical for my crafting time. I like that idea. So there's, you know, there's some positives that we can look at. The yarn's nice to work with. It is my 3rd or 4th sweater using, actually, yeah, I've got 2 sweaters on the needles right now using that yarn. And I have 2 sweaters completed that I've already given away in the past using that yarn. That is Joanne Big Twist Party yarn, and it's really nice. They had 2 runs of it for 2 years in a row. They've had 2 runs of it. It's discontinued again. Who knows if they'll bring it back next year, but each year they had different colors. So I bought plenty both years. Like I said, I've got 2 sweaters in the works with that yarn. So it's great to work with, no issues, no problems. Having to reknit that, it's my own fault. I don't know why I can't make that decision. Like as soon as you see it, I have to get 2 to 3 inches past. It is a joke between my friends. We all craft, we all do the same thing. It's the weirdest thing. It just is what it is. So that is that. All right. Well, let's do a win. Come on, shall we do a win? I finished something. Yay, I got something done. Look at this. Oh my gosh, right? The color work has really been getting me lately. This pattern is, do I have my book right here? Nope, that's the wrong one. That's a good one, but it's not the right one. Nope. This is the Alice Starmore book, and it is one of her pattern books, just charts. The whole book is just charts. They're big, they're bold, they're huge. If you wanted to recopy them so you're not keeping your book open, your copier is going to pick up the dots. It is amazing. Really, I don't have it sitting right here. I got everything else sitting right here in like avalanche form. So that makes no sense. Oh, that's because I was using it. Yeah, it's on the other side of the room. So that is one of the patterns in there. There's so many wonderful ones. This was so much fun to work with, and it would have been easier. I had the suggestion of, hey, wouldn't it be because I just used the stitch pattern and I didn't have an actual hat pattern, you know, but it's okay. They said, well, couldn't you do the top like I did here? But I'd already finished it when I got that comment. That just one solid color, and it would make making the decreases easier. Yes, it really would have. It really, really would have. This is one that I made last week, and once I made this, I'm like, I have to do this. I mean, oh my gosh, Wonderful, wonderful yarns. These are a discontinued yarn from Hobby Lobby. I mean, I own it, might as well use it. Lovely, lovely sparkle. I'm not gonna lie, I like both of them. This one is just amazing to me, and it really needs to have matching mittens. It really needs some. There's no pattern for matching mittens, but we're smart people. We could deconstruct this hat and turn it into mittens. What do you think? We could. We're smart. We have talents. We have skills. You could do it too. So that is here. Oh, and typical, what I like to do is show the inside. So many times people make beautiful, wonderful stranded things and you never see how they did it on the backside. So this isn't that cool? I mean, even the backside looks cool. That's pretty amazing. And this one here. So you can still see, you know, the pattern and everything as far as that goes, but that is my stranded knit work on that. And it's taken time to get what I call decent, good, whatever, good at doing that to where they're not puckering and, you know, too tight, too loose, too whatever, right? You know, the two somethings, you know, all of those. Yeah. So I got that done. And working on all of my socks for Christmas, I finished my purple socks. Oh, there's needles down, needles down. Here are my purple socks. Look at that. You're like, that's just one sock. Don't cheat me. Don't cheat me. All right, there's the other one. No cheating. So I got these done and I am thrilled with that. That is, I believe it's my 5th pair. There's a pile. I'm not, no. But I believe that's my 5th pair and doing really well because I would like to get 10 pair done before Christmas time period. I do have some in the sock bin already from last year that weren't chosen, so I like to do at least 10. If I can do more, then that's great because, you know, we like to have choices. So there is that, and that is 2 projects done. And you know, if you've ever made a pair of socks, you know that's not a small project. They might look small. That's a lot of stitches in there. It really, really is. And the same for that hat. It, you know, just lots and lots of fun. I also wanted to work on sweaters. We know I got that Arcane Fiberworks yarn that my husband gave me, and we were talking about doing gauge swatches and everything. Actually, I had a little gauge swatch. It's like this big. And when I went to get something in my bag, I realized I had, you know, his other sweater that I'm working on. I have the body. It's in its bag over here. Yep, I have the body. I have my stuff around me, right? All right, so this is the body of the sweater, and I'll measure prior to just to make sure that I've got it the length that it needs to be. So this is the Malabrigo Washted, W-A-S-H-T-E-D yarn, and it is stunning. So this body is 3 full skeins. And then this sleeve, and this sleeve is not quite long enough, but it is 1 full skein. And yeah, he's got long arms like I do, so that does need to be longer. But what I wanted to do is to work on, and I did start it. Look, there we go. Here's my 2nd sleeve. I'm doing it. So there's progress. Oh my gosh, progress on a sweater. How cool is that? Since all the progress I did on the angel sweater, I have to pull out. So that was good. How far? Oh, don't drop that needle. No. How far am I on his sleeve? Okay. That right there, it says it's 19 inches, so we'll see. He's got long arms like I do. His are a little longer because he is taller than I am. I'm 5'8", he's 6'1". So I probably do need to make his sleeves longer. I think his other ones I put like 21 inches on. So I'll make sure before I connect them for the underarm. And what I'm going to do, since I've used a full skein on here, once I'm done and equal to it, you know, full skein on this one, then the next skein I use, I will take that one, make the arm a little bit longer, both arms longer with that skein. I'll also take that skein and attach to the body if the body needs to be a little bit longer, and then connect them with that skein. And that way, if there's color variations, because there's color variations in all of these skeins of yarn, at that point, it will be the same across from sleeve to sleeve. So that's my logic for that one. That's where I'm at. So this is my progress on his sleeve, which is pretty cool because I weighed it. It's like 30 grams. You know how I was talking about that whole, you know, we could do a 10-gram challenge for a sweater, regardless of whether you're doing worsted weight like this or something else. Now, if you're doing worsted weight and you need 7 full skeins, 7 100-gram skeins, well, if you're doing 10 grams a day, right, you know, that would be 70 actual days of working on it. That's bite-sized. That's doable. If you're doing it in fingering weight yarn, then you're gonna, you know, obviously you have more yards per that 10 grams. But anyway, it was just a fun thought. So I'm still noodling that. That is fun. That right there, I'm really thrilled with because I wanted to set this down and work on everything else. Oh my gosh, you know, yeah. And then my daughter-in-law was over and she was saying the granddaughter would like another sweater. Well, I conveniently did not listen to her the first time she said that. Yeah. And then the second time she said that, and yeah, and they're going to be over today. And yeah, I have not started it. No, I have not. What I did do is I've got 2 skeins of, this is the like Yarn Arts Moonlight Cotton Acrylic from a previous project. This isn't a full cake. And I have some purples. I do, and they're gorgeous. So I was thinking of using that for her, and I wanted to swatch. I didn't want to swatch with the cake that I was going to use. So I grabbed this because it's a partial. I've already got used. So I was kind of swatching some different things. I don't know. Let's see. So this right here is just stockinette on 4s. Oh, I'm already doing a lot of things on 4s. Because I was also looking at dresses for her. It would be the same. It would be, you know, 1,600 to 2,000 yards of yarn. I mean, that's not a little tiny feat. It's a lot of stitches, a lot of work. So this would be on the 4s, stockinette stitch. That right there, I like the sparkle of this yarn. I've used these cakes of yarn multiple times. I've gone through multiple cakes of this yarn. I love it. This is a stitch pattern from I did purchase a pattern, but that is right there, like the top portion right here, the very top of a dress that I had purchased the pattern for, Knitting for Olive, one of her patterns. And I like the way that that looks on the 4s. And then this down here is on the 5s, looser. So I don't know. I mean, I've used this yarn a lot and used it on 5s. I think the sleeves would be perfect like this. The dress itself, that is the whole front panel of that. And I think I would really want to do the 4s. Of course, the dress is a light fingering and using 1s and 3s. I'm not into doing that right now. I like my 1s and 3s. I just don't want to make a dress for an 8-year-old on 1s and 3s. I would prefer to use a little bit larger yarn. I know this is still fingering, I get it. A little bit larger than the light fingering and not use 1s and 3s. I would like to use 4s, 5s, 6s, something along that line, and figure it out. So that took a bit of time searching through Ravelry, trying to find a pattern that I liked. Like I said, I did purchase one Knitting for Olive pattern. Will I make that one? Maybe. Will I make it according to the pattern? Maybe. Will I use bits and pieces and parts of it and make it my own? Probably, right? But I did buy the pattern because I did like the lace designs that they had up here, and I like the lace for the skirt. Even if I don't follow it exactly, I might definitely use parts and pieces of that particular pattern. We'll see. We'll see. Most of the dresses I've made for my granddaughters have come out of my head. I have made a top and then made it flow. That's the only way that I can put it. And I've added lace and what have you for the skirt of it, and it's just gone there. I've not written them out, so I can't really follow myself. It's just how that goes. They are all one-of-a-kind originals, and they each meet their child. So did work on that some. So that was fun, entertaining. I think we showed how I am ready to work on my cardigan, but I haven't put any stitches on. I started to put some on because this dark brown was in the center. I started to do that, and I didn't like the dark brown against where the cardigan had ended off previously. Let's see. This is where I ended off, was that light coffee color, you know, very, you know, child's coffee with a lot of milk, right? So I didn't want it to be that abrupt. I don't know why I care, I just do. So I didn't get any more done on this except getting the next ball of yarn wound. Winding it does make it a little bit easier on this one. I'm okay with starting on the outside. Yeah, I know it's still a brown, but it's the lighter as opposed to the darker right here. So I'm good with that. Ready to go. I mean, you can't complain. I'm ready on that one. And that one's a great one because it's, yeah, you've got your beginning and end is just garter stitch. You knit every row until you get to the markers. And then the rest of it, knit the knit side, purl the purl side. That's it until it's a couple inches less than the length that I want it to be. That's where I'm at. So it's a great relaxing one. It's one of those, if we were to go on a road trip or something like that, that's perfect. This sweater is perfect until I get to the raglans, maybe not, because then it's just too big. But it's perfect. This, I say that, except I pulled the sleeve out twice this week. I did. It's a very, very simple pattern. Very simple. So I got my cuff done. Knit, purl on the cuff. Knit one, purl one, knit one, purl one on the cuff, right? Got it. And then I increased where I was, just like I did on the first sleeve. Okay, that's easy enough. And then the pattern is knit one round, easy. Then knit one, purl one, knit one, purl one around, just like you did for the ribbing. Got it. Yeah, I just kept doing ribbing. I did it twice, got that far after the cuff. I just kept doing ribbing. Increasing where I was supposed to, the whole 9 yards, kept doing ribbing. All right, pulled it all out. Well, not the bottom cuff part, didn't need to pull that out, that was fine. Pulled it out, started again, same thing, did it twice. Then I set it down. It's like, okay, well, obviously I'm not gonna work on this anymore tonight because it didn't want me to play. All right, so yeah, so even the simplest patterns, sometimes they will mess us up. It's okay, it is okay. I don't mind, I really don't. There's, you know, it's yarn, it's knitting, it's crocheting, it's fine. Let's see. So one of the other things, if you saw yesterday's video, you know I have worked a lot on this blanket. I really have. It is not done, and I am working on a tutorial. So there will be a tutorial on how to crochet the Trip Around the World blanket. So here we are, right? So this is the length of it. Oh my gosh. I'm loving that. So it is really, really close to being done. Let's see, each corner I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 40. I have 40 more blocks to do. Yeah, I think it was what, 190, something like that. Yeah, I think it's about 190, 195, I can't remember. Squares, and only 40 left. So, okay, great. So, you know, I'm down to the last 25%. Got it. On this one, I'm just thrilled. Haven't really decided on what my next color is going to be though. I'll have to go downstairs into my downstairs area where all my big twist is and look at that. But I'm tickled with it. I do have the ends to weave in. I have not woven in any of the ends, but look at that. How exciting is that? You look at how many squares are on this blanket, and that's it. Those are the ends. Are you kidding me? That many squares and that few ends. You just can't get any better than that. That's just amazing. That is amazing. So I've got that, and I didn't want to do this. I didn't want to. But look at this. Do you see this? Oh yeah, it's another one. You're like, but the squares are smaller. I know. So this one has 9 stitches. Each square is 9 stitches and 9 rows. Right? You know, single crochet chain, right? So it's 9 by 9. This one's 7 by 7. So it is smaller. So I'll just have more questions on what color goes next. So this piece right here is what I have started using for the tutorial. Yeah. So there you go. Proof. If you wanted it, right? If you needed proof of some sort. I am working on the tutorial. Here is what I started with. Okay, so fun times. Oh my goodness. It has been a really fun week. It really, really has. Going back and working on the angel sweater, even though I have to pull it out again, it's okay. I really felt good. I did. I was really playing up how, oh, I don't want to touch it again. I've got to pay attention to the nice stitch pattern on the sleeves, the angels going up the sleeves. Oh, that's going to be difficult. I've got to pay attention to that. It's going to be. I was playing that up as it was going to just throw a monkey wrench into everything. Well, once I picked up the sweater and I started working on it, it wasn't hard. It really wasn't. It was pretty easy. And if you've ever done a raglan sweater, once I attached, I'm so glad I didn't sew up the underarms. Oh my gosh, I'm so glad I didn't do that. But once I attached here, every other row, I kept getting smaller, which was nice because it made the rows go faster. And look at that. I just added that other angel right there. I mean, okay, I'll have to pull it out, but it'll be easier. It's fresh in my mind. No, it's not memorized, but it'll be fresh in my mind and it'll be easier to go through and to finish that. So I guess the bottom line on that one is it wasn't as difficult as I was making it out to be. It wasn't scary. It wasn't hard. It wasn't taking away from anything else. And I felt very peaceful working on it and very calming. I just didn't listen to that little voice that said, hey, pull this out. But I felt very peaceful and calming on it. So it's not a big deal. I'll pull that back and I'll make it right. I mean, how many times did I have to do it with my husband's sweater? His first 2 sweaters, I got a full skein into it, a full skein plus, and had to pull it completely out because I made him way too big, right? And this, yeah, I got a waist, but that wasn't a full skein. So, you got to look at the positive. Look at the positive. Look at the bright side. It's good yarn to work with. It's a good one to pull out because it's not ruining the yarn. Some yarns you can really damage by overworking. So this one's one that can hold it. That's one that can handle it. I realized I was the one making a mountain out of a molehill. And I can see how happy it'll make my sister to get that one done and to pick up some of the other things that I'm working on. So this week I did a lot of, actually, everything except for this is claimed for somebody else. It's a donation or a family gift or something like that. This one I just made. For that matter, these 2 I just made. That's it. Everything else, socks are definitely a giveaway. The blankets are Camp Boggy Creek, so that is outside of myself and just hoping that they bring somebody else joy. The sweater with the angels going up the sleeves is for my sister, definitely going to bring her joy. The sweater for my husband, oh my gosh. The look on his face when he sees I'm working on something for him, that is priceless. That is worth all of it. It really, really is. So yeah, just looking around, I wound the yarn for my cardigan, but I didn't work on any of it. And I'm not sure if I'm going to be the one keeping that, right? I'm making it for me. We'll see. That's just how that works. That's just how that works in my world and everything and giving things away. But yeah, I think everything that I've done except for this hat, and this one was last week's, but except for this hat are slated for somebody else, a gift or something out of love, a labor of love, 100%. Well, that's pretty cool. I did not realize that. That's pretty cool. All right. Yeah. That'll just kind of pump things up just a bit, won't it? It does to me anyway. I'm like, wow, that's not how it always works. I'm just saying it doesn't always work like that. But wow, this is all for other people. Yeah, pretty awesome. I'm gonna end on a high note. I am 100% gonna end on a high note. Wow, I'm gonna just, the rest of the day, my head's gonna be in the air going, huh, that's all for others. That's a beautiful thought and a beautiful sentiment. With that, I'm gonna go ahead and let you guys go. You guys have a great day, night, evening, whatever it happens to be, and I will talk to you again later. Bye-bye.